What's the news on our friend Leon?
He's not making it easy. The sample?
Sadler's got it. It seems he sniffed out our little game.
Perfect.
Just so we understand each other clearly, I don't trust you, nor does Wesker. If you try to do anything clever, I will kill you.
Is that so? You know, I met Wesker long before you.
We'll see soon enough if you did.
Yeah, we'll see.
Quite a jolly mess he's made, that Leon, but all for the better. Sadler's people have fallen into a panic. Their destruction is only a matter of time now.
Once he gets Ashley back, his job will be finished. He'll no longer be a factor.
No, I'm leaving Leon to Krauser. Hurry up and retrieve the sample.
Maybe you forgot, Wesker. I don't always play by your rules.
I'm always caught off guard by the potato quality of the cutscenes in this mode, especially when it's a cutscene that we just saw, though obviously the second half there was all separate ways. Anyways, now it's Ada's turn to get involved with Leon's business and prevent his assassination. She's done that a couple times, actually. Boy, Leon, here's a good thing you have a guardian angel. A femme fatale guardian angel at that. If only we all could be so lucky. Anyways, Chapter 4 is actually pretty unique for Ada because we actually have a completely unique locale here. We are going through basically a... I mean, you know the bulldozer section? Something similar to that, plus a very strange interlude. But it is mostly unique map assets, which is probably obvious by the slightly muddier quality of all the textures here. Nothing new to buy except for the treasure map specific to this chapter. I don't want to buy the bowgun just yet, because I don't really have enough space for it, but I do want to create some space by selling my incendiary grenades. Incendiaries are not that useful in separate ways. In fact, I can't really think of a single situation where you'd want to use them in this mode, honestly, so just treat them as 1,000 pesetas to be earned. Let's get out our TMP here, because it'll be quite good for all the fights that we're going to be getting into. Starting things off here, well actually, we're going to want our shotgun out to deal with these shields real quick. Not a terrible idea to chuck a grenade here, and now we'll switch over to the TMP so we can lay out a bit more damage a bit quicker. Whoop. Ah, that was close, that was close. I was actually pretty worried I was about to get hit there. We do want to be careful because some enemies will be coming up from the rear. We don't want to get caught out by those guys. Over in this room, this is actually not a necessary section to explore. There's just a few items here. I do want to actually double back real quick because this guy could cause us problems if I don't take him out. We are just going to destroy his ball sack real quick. There we go, he's out of the picture. I'll definitely want to take this TMP ammo. We're going to be getting great use out of the TMP in this chapter. Like so many other separate ways chapters, we do have a selection of treasures to collect, including a big combinatory treasure. Chapter 3 was actually the outlier for separate ways, where that was the only one where you didn't get a combination treasure, so we are back to that, and as a matter of fact, it's going to be another case where we're completing a treasure Leon has yet to finish off himself. How funny, how funny. Oh, maybe not funny, but it is amusing to me, just how that works out, considering the way I decided to tackle this. I think that, personally, this is probably the better way to go about it. Again, just to keep separate ways from being too boring at the end of the LP. You know, space it out a little bit there. Blow some guys up with a explosive barrel. You know, the usual, the usual. Our treasure is on the other side of this wreckage here, but Ada just can't bring herself to stretch out and grab it from here. We're gonna have to find a place where she doesn't have to exert herself too much in order to get it. Okay, we'll do it your way, Ada. Heading into this room over here, we are just going to, once again, take this guy out with a barrage of TMP bullets. Ditto for this guy. Got some other guys coming out over here. You know what? Just for the fun of it, let's throw the grenade real quick. Surprisingly, that did not hit this guy. Whatever. We've got the blacktail also. We will just empty that into this guy. Ditto for this guy. We've got so much high rate of fire weapons. It's kind of wonderful, honestly. As you can see, similar to the main game, we're dealing with enemies who aren't just felled with a single grenade. Which is a little sad to see, Let's just grab some more stuff over here. The game absolutely throws ammunition and grenades at you in this chapter, so you will be pretty loaded to the teeth by the end of it. And honestly, it's more than a little annoying, especially because it's for a wide variety of guns that I'm not really using evenly here. Not for a lack of trying, either. Of course, of course. Ah, come on. Just a little bit off there. Let's just get this guy taken care of. It's best to aim low with the shield guys when using the rifle against them. If you happen to punch through the shield without directly hitting their body, they will continue to keep rushing on and likely do a shield slam on you here. Got a guy with a full face mask here. Headshots are no good against him. Fortunately, 2 body shots is still more than enough to take him out. We will just take that guy out. It is very nice that the rifle will punch through any arrow bolts mid-flight. Want to head over this way, because this is where we're going to need to go in order to get the treasure for this level, or rather the base for the rest of the treasure in this level. Let's make our way over here, and very, very deviously right around this corner, this guy just waiting right for you. Did I just explode his head and send him down? Yes, I did. Believe there's another guy hanging out down here. Just want to make sure you don't immediately rush into him. I've been doing practice playthroughs of these chapters because I'm not as familiar with Separate Ways as I am in the main game. I only did 1 practice playthrough for Separate Ways before starting the LP, so before I actually get to the recording, just do a throwaway playthrough just to figure out where the treasures are and where the game has its devious tricks hidden. Get the golden links here. Also, grab some arrow bolts while we're or bowgun bolts while we're at it. We will be making fairly heavy use of the bowgun in the final chapter, because that's when we'll also be getting the extra large case, and I'll actually be able to carry it without having to sacrifice any items. Unfortunately, the ammo up here has despawned. It's just a tad too slow. That is okay, that is okay. I mean, I could have gone up there. What the? Okay, apparently they've got some serious hardware here. Goodness gracious, some destroyer-class ships here. Did not expect Sadler to have this as disposal, but whatever. Anyways, it's time for Ada to absolutely destroy this thing. Real quick, we're going to want to equip a flash grenade, because it'll come in handy in an upcoming encounter, so just have that at the ready. We've also got some anti-air batteries here. It's a gun battery. Requires an activation key, blue to work. I'm sure we'll be using that in due time. And yes, we will. Yes, we will. Grab another hand grenade over here to replace the one that I used. And heading into here, well, there's the gun battery key. And we've got a whole bunch of guys inbound. As well, these ships come alive, and oh my lord. Ada, you've got quite a bit coming your way. Anyways, immediately throw down the flash grenade. Unfortunately, that guy was able to get off a throw. I haven't really been able to find a way to move quick enough to avoid doing that while still getting the flash grenade out, which is a bit frustrating, but whatever. Anyways, we've got those gun batteries on the opposite ship firing down on us, so we just need to wait for their barrage to finish for them to reload. Grab the gun battery key for our side over here. Grab this ammo here. And then, once again, just get behind cover. We will not be able to move on until we deal with the gun batteries and the mortars on the other side. So be prepared to, once again, move quickly, get behind cover, and then we just gotta wait for one more barrage. There we go, there we go. Make our way to our own gun battery, and I think it's time to return a little fire. Just slot in this blue key right here. Now, one thing to note about this area, and it's actually something to be pretty thankful about, we don't have any treasure to collect. You just have to return a barrage here. Fortunately, our gun battery is completely immune to damage. We don't have to worry about getting destroyed here. We can also take out these guys, turn them into paint with our barrage of bullets if we so desire. You ever see the end of Rambo 4? Kind of like that. And with that, cutscene wasn't super well animated, but whatever. The gun battery for Ada explodes, and she is surprisingly unperturbed by that. Just gotta roll quickly, you know? Let me see here. Do want to take this yellow herb and combine it with this green and get a little bit of a health increase here. We will be getting quite a few yellow herbs by the end of this chapter, giving us a little bit more health to work with. We're heading into the end game for Separate Ways. Separate Ways only has 5 chapters with no real act subdivisions for them, so that's a pretty short campaign. Takes about 2 hours altogether. Get a red herb over here. Suppose I could have waited on that and combined it with the yellow and green herb as well. Ah, come on! Let me look at the treasure here. That was rude. That was rude. Let's return fire real quick. Now I'm frustrated. Also use our brown chicken egg here. Oh, we got another green herb. There we go. Just send that guy into the abyss. He deserved it. He deserved it. I was not super pleased with what he did there. Anyways, the game decides to waste our time a little bit because we've got a slow elevator ride. We just have to wait until we're onto that other side, and no, you cannot press the action button again just to get moving a bit more quickly. Very strange, not sure why they stall us out like this. Well, okay, I have a theory on why we're stalled out like this, but it's really dumb and annoying. Artificially making this chapter harder. In a very, not particularly difficult way, just annoying, again. Let's, oh my goodness. Let's see. Oh boy, what do I want to do here? Let's, go for the TMP. Fortunately, that guy threw high, so I don't have to worry about that. Whole bunch of guys trying to come out for us. Luckily, we managed to hit a bunch of them with the single rifle shot. I'll take this opportunity to reload the TMP. We'll use the rifle here to finish these guys off. Glad that the rifle is at such a good power level for, this mode. Even though we can't upgrade our weapons, which is a little dissatisfying. In fact, we're not really going to have much to use the money we're getting in this chapter on. Because all we have left to buy is the XL case and the bowgun, and there's really nothing else I need to buy. I'll grab this green herb over here. Much like the endgame for Leon, the endgame for Separate Ways gives us a ton of healing items to work with. Another Plagas. Always just be certain on that. Let's grab our TMP once again. Actually, as a matter of fact, I better economize my space a little bit and just get this herb combined off. No sense in keeping uncombined red herbs in your case if you have the ability to combine them up. Oh, hey. Okay. Luckily, he did not throw that very accurately. Trying my best to just get it at a place where if I was firing, he would just throw it right into the line of fire. Okay. Fortunately, we're getting quite lucky with TMP ammo drops, so I got a lot of it to use, and I'm appreciative. Another bit of bowgun bolts here. Again, we are going to be using these later. Honestly, if we got the XL case in this chapter, I probably would buy the bowgun and use it quite a bit, because by the end of the game, we're going to have so much bowgun ammo, like, I'll probably only use up, like, half of it. Let me see here. I'm actually going to use a grenade here to deal with these guys, because I just don't feel like punching through that guy's shield. There we go. Alright, so we actually need to be ready to act very quickly as soon as we step forward. I just want to make sure these guys are dead, which this one is not. Okay, now he is. Because as soon as you step too far forward, check it out, and it is right in our face. So as soon as this happens, you want to, well, as soon as the cutscene ends, anyway. Fortunately, it's not as bad as it looks. And it's looking pretty bad, but not as bad as you might think. Goodness gracious, is there no kill like overkill? Okay, you just have to turn a little to the right to get the hook shot here. Another gun battery key awaits us. I didn't really stop to look at it because there was no reason to do so, but there is a gun battery on the opposite side. Let's just hook a shot over to it. If we had climbed up a ladder, we would have found this, but hey, now we can make use of it. So let's grab these items real quick and make our way over to the gun battery before we get blasted to hell. Speaking of blasting to hell, well, that's what we're gonna do to these guys. Alright, we now have our own little long-range artillery fire here. As soon as we take out one of these guns, the ship is beginning to explode. Now, the game is trying to psych you out here. You don't want to immediately get to work on moving to the ship before it sinks. The gate we need to get out of here is on the ship, or it's the only connection we have, right past that turret that appeared in our face. We want to take out all of those guns before we start moving forward, or they are going to be hassling you the whole way. Oh god, here we go. Whoa, hey, don't even think about it. Thank you, TMP. Wonderful gun in this mode. Has just the right level of power for everything we need. We'll get out our... hate it when I do that. We'll get out our semi-auto rifle here to deal with that Plagas. Wonderful way to deal with Plagas. No! Ada! I just wanted to grab the item. Whatever. It's a slight time waste. The 3-minute time limit is actually super generous. So this is what I was talking about. Oh, come on, get out of here. I don't feel like dealing with you. This is what I was talking about, where this is just to create a little bit of challenge later. They are just deliberately wasting our... Oh my god, what? I didn't realize he was here. Let's, oh no! Are you kidding me? I knew I should have used the healing item. Whatever. Where does this place us, actually? Damn it, this far? Okay, hold on. Yeah, those flails are no joke. They hit really, really hard, and Ada does not have any kind of tactical vest to rely on. I am pretty annoyed that happened, truth be told. I feel like I got robbed on that one. Scummed out a little bit, even. Oh well, it's just a couple minutes lost. It wasn't that big a deal. There was actually some ammo prior to where the first turret popped up that I had neglected to grab, so I guess, you know, give me more ammo that I don't need. Granted, I actually just ended up running past a few of the enemies because I was like, forget it. Like, they're just gonna drop stuff that I genuinely don't need. I don't need more money, and I don't need more ammo. I am actually pretty much set for the rest of this mode. We'll just deal with these guys so I don't have to worry about getting caught out. We also have our flash grenades to work with if we need them. These guys are all going to be sent into the drink anyway, so, like, why should I even worry that much about them? Got a guy with some dynamite over here. We'll just let him get hoisted by his own petard. Again, quite literally, if you didn't know this, the petard referred to in that phrase is an explosion. I know that one from Soul Hackers. There's a little quiz in the main game that you had to solve that had an answer relating to that saying. Alrighty, let us grab this shotgun shells, rifle ammo, and handgun ammo here. Let's see here. Inside this chest is some more bowgun bolts. Like I said, there is no treasure in this area, so don't worry about missing any treasure if you aren't being super thorough in your searching. Merchant here, but we don't have anything to buy from him. I mean, I guess if you're out of healing items, you can buy a first aid spray. Another unique section here. If you check the map, real quick, I just want to take care of this guy. We're on the other side of that truck wreckage. So now we're just moving on a little bit forward here. I will just go for the shotgun to deal with this guy. The shotgun is really underpowered in separate ways, actually. I generally don't stick to it when I'm just dealing damage. It's just a convenient way to break shields. Honestly, I'm almost wondering if you could get by with just selling it to the merchant and not have it clutter up your inventory, because it really is not that useful a weapon in this mode. We will take this guy out. Oh, come on. Oh no, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. We will actually make use of the insta-kill from the flash grenade for once. Which is good, because that also stopped the... I'm surprised that actually had the range to hit that guy with the crossbow, but hey, pretty helpful, pretty helpful. I will say, I am always a little paranoid about the guys with the tasers, because there is actually quite a bit of delay between when they die and when the sound effect from the taser actually ceases. So this door is locked from the other side, unfortunately. Gonna have to take the long way around in this instance. Let's just make our way back here. We do have an explosive barrel over there that we can utilize, if I could actually hit through this guy. Unfortunately, was not to be. We will just hit that to stop that shield guy there. I will say, just emptying automatic fire into a wall of enemies is pretty satisfying. Yeah, as you can probably see on that overhang, there is a bunch of guys waiting for us. Fortunately, we are outside of their aggro range, but we are not outside of the range where we can hit them, so we can just use our semi-auto rifle here to deal with these guys in short order. Gotta keep these kinds of situations in mind. Oh my goodness. Ada, you're... Ow! Is that guy, like, just behind an invisible wall? You gotta be kidding me. That looked like I could hit him, no problem. Oh, what the heck? Okay. Okay, I see. You're wise to my tricks here, game. You're wise to my shenanigans. That was obscene. There we go. That was a dynamite tossing guy, too, so he would have a pain in the ass if I couldn't take him out. We will just quickly make our way past here. Obviously, we got a hook shot forward, but we will take this velvet blue first. You could always use just a little bit more velvet blue, you know? Alright, any more goodies over here? Well, of course, we've got some handgun ammo. And we've got some pesetas over here. Making our way up top. You've probably noticed that it's been quite a while since we've actually found a treasure. We got the links and then nothing else. Well, our green stone of judgment is right here, so worry no longer, worry no longer. Gonna take out the blacktail here. Could probably stand to use up some of my handgun ammo, and very, very gratuitously, that guy just immediately popped in. Oof. I was having similar struggles trying to hit exploding barrels at the right time when I was playing Resident Evil 3 the other week. Ah, goodness. And I went through that entire game without realizing that there is a specific, if you press R1, you'll aim at enemies specifically, and if you press R2, you'll aim at any objects in the area. And they had a switch aim button, so I was like, I was making that game way harder for myself for most of it. There we go. Just take that guy out. And once again, we got a full face mask here, so headshots will be of no value to us, which honestly makes me a little sad. I was surprised to find out replaying this game that the face mask guys, including the ones with the zealots, you know, the full bronze masks that they have, those guys are still vulnerable to flashbangs, and for some reason, I just got in my head that they were immune to flashbangs also. I guess they are immune to headshots, so I can't imagine flashbangs would actually do anything, right? Let's see here. I actually would like to just keep one grenade in reserve, so I'm not going to use it right away. Now that we've got those shields taken care of, let's just TMP through these guys. Why even mess around if we don't have to? Righty. Anything else waiting for us? And there's no more treasures besides the Green Stone of Judgment in this area, so don't worry about missing anything. Hello. I always gotta love it when these guys are hanging right around the corner. By the way, if an enemy is going to produce a Plagas, if you deal enough damage to them before the Plagas actually pops out, you can actually end up destroying it. And hey, here's a familiar location. Yeah, we weren't getting through this without some recycled assets. Ooh, goodness gracious. Fortunately, I can just slap this right here and get that yellow herb combined. Before we go forward, we do want to double back to this room. Couple important things to grab in here, and whoa! Was Leon just in here toking up some yellow herbs? Jesus. Smoke was pouring out of this room. Let's quickly grab the Redstone of Judgment here. Very easy to miss if you're just trying to get to the end of the level. Inside here, we'll find yet another hand grenade, and conveniently, I do have enough space for that. Some pesetas over here. Now, the one thing that we don't need to check, well, we don't need to check this room in general, but if you come over here and just take a quick examine of the bulldozer, this bulldozer is broken. Must be Leon's handiwork. Hey, not everything is about Leon, Ada. Ashley did that one. Come on, respect her contributions as well. Gotta say, I feel a little bad for Ashley there. This is Ashley Erasure. Come on, Ada. Actually, I'm just going to use this yellow herb immediately so we don't have that cluttering up the inventory. Not that it's going to matter, really, because we will be getting the extra large case for Ada in the next chapter. If you're wondering why I haven't been bothering to manage Ada's inventory, it's because I don't care. It really does not matter that much in separate ways. We got some guys hanging out over here. Now, something that's very easy to miss, the last treasure hanging out on that window. That was another one that I needed the map to figure out was there, because not super obvious, though you can actually see the sparkle of it if you are examining the window closely. I will say, I do actually kind of like that, though. Keeps things interesting. And it's just a really good hiding spot, honestly. Let's send these guys to the ground with the shotgun. Better keep this thing loaded. Again, it's not super useful most of the time, but I shouldn't ignore it as an option. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm low on TMP ammo, so again, let's just stick to using some of our Blacktail ammo here, especially because the game is being quite generous with it. I wish Leon had this much ammo for his Blacktail, but yeah, handgun ammo becomes so rare at the end of the game in the GameCube version. Even in the HD version, I was routinely, oh my god, running out of handgun ammo. It was kind of sad. Oh god, but kick this guy out of the way. Remember that once the blade comes out, they can still hit you even when they're in a stumbling animation, so do not mess around with these guys. God, having a terrible time taking this guy out. Once again, shotgun there is good for crowd control, sending this guy to the ground, not having to worry about him actually getting a hit off on you. Alright, anyone else want some? I'm sure there's a couple who want some. We'll search thoroughly for anyone who happens to want some. Speaking of wanting some, I want some handgun ammo, and we've got a flash grenade here. Inventory is full, so we will just combine off a green herb. I can create a space here if I move this back a bit. Maybe I should manually manage my own inventory, but I don't feel like it. So we're just going on with this. Okay. I'm sorry, Ada, you just aren't worth that like Leon is. I like you, Ada. I don't mean to disrespect you, Ada, but, you know, I'm spending a lot more time with Leon here. I think it's worth it to make sure he has a nice, neat, and orderly inventory. Okay, heading on over here. We're finally at the end of the chapter here. Hey, this place looks exceptionally familiar. One really annoying thing to note here. This Velvet Blue, you have to be very, very close to it to grab it. If you use the hook shot, the chapter instantly ends, so be mindful of that.
almost let it slip. Enough talk. Die, comrade!
Ada!
Well, if it isn't the bitch in the red dress.
Looks like we have the upper hand here.
You may be able to prolong your life, but it's not like you can escape your inevitable death, is it?
You knew each other?
More or less. Maybe it's about time you told me the reason why you're here.
Maybe some other time.
And that is the end of the chapter. No additional context after Ada leaves the scene there, but this will funnel pretty much directly into her next chapter, and I'm going to be handling that one in a bit of a different way. We'll see that in a little bit, though. For right now, though, we of course got one more Ada report to get through.
Leon S. Kennedy, perhaps the most essential part of this mission. This story wouldn't be complete without him and his formidable survival skills. He has what it takes to survive against overwhelming odds. I've seen him do it before. And he's improved since then. Practically a genius, he has smarts and he knows how to use them. On top of that, his service as a government agent has toughened him up. I'll work behind the scenes to make him think he's the primary player here, though it may be naive of me to think that'll be easy. Considering the involvement of both Sadler and Krauser, the possibility of unforeseen problems is there. But I need him in a supporting role for me to achieve my goals. I'll do whatever it takes to keep him in his place and make this all go smoothly. Of course, his role didn't exist at all until a few months ago. Back then, my role was much simpler too. But that was before the president's daughter was abducted and Leon was dispatched alone to find her. Talk about a major script revision. I don't think I need to worry. Leon's been through worse and always comes up smelling like roses. His consistent luck is part of the reason why I have absolute and unshakable faith in my vision of what's in store for him.
Just say you love him, Ada. Anyway, that's that for this chapter. We'll be seeing Ada again relatively soon. Not necessarily in separate ways, though. We'll get to that when we get to that. Let's save our progress and get back to Leon's stories in, Leon's story in progress next time. I hate when I just include those repetitive word choices. Gotta work on my vocabulary. Regardless, let's save here and call it a video. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you next time. Got some exciting boss fights coming up, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. Bye-bye.
I don't dispute the doubts you've outlined, no. But it's my right to waste your time.